Factory Must Grow. From Starter to Megabase, Episode 5, Automation and Logistics Science. Some time has passed. Offline, I added overflow boxes to copper and to electronic circuits, and I added some inserters to increase flow of some items into assemblers that looked like they needed it, and I accumulated more resources into my backpack. I also crafted a lot more research labs. So our next task is going to be to create a research area down here in the lower left, which will be making both automation science and logistics science. It's going to use our existing supplies of copper and gears, as well as our supplies of conveyor belts and assemblers, inserters. So to get this started, we're going to start with killing off our existing researcher here. Oh, also, while I was vamping around waiting for things to build, I did build up 30 labs, which was what we'll place. There. So there's our line that has the ingredients for automation science, which are gears and copper plate. And down here, we will construct a belt with conveyor belts and inserters. And they're going to come together something like this. See if I can shuffle this into place. Nope, I can't. Come on. I keep misclicking. There we go. Okay. Is that pointed the right way? Yes. There we go. And this is the item I will repeat. We only really need 9 of the red science. There we go. Now we just need to decide where to put our science labs themselves. They're going to be off on the left-hand side. I'll move them down here a little bit. I need to leave space for a second belt off to the right. So that's where they'll start. Oh, and let's not build any more labs. There we go. Oh, and for research, what we're going to want for here is automation 2 and advanced material processing and engines, fluid handling, and oil processing. And I think I'm going to tack on circuit network as well. And solar, why not? you don't normally go solar in a speed run, I will be using solar almost exclusively in the eventual mega base. There's some debate as to whether cascading labs is a good idea or not. I think in the end, you still get all of the science from all of the research you made. But if you are limited in your science by how fast your labs are working, it will slow you down. Because from time to time, a lab will start researching, and then its only science flasks will be stolen from it. Back. So this may not be quite 30 times as fast researching as a single lab, but it's certainly going to be fast enough for us. What we're going to find through the rest of this run is typically the labs will run well ahead of research we need, and I will be adding research to the list of things that normally a speedrunner would research. We have extra stuff we want. For example, all of the add-ons. Obviously, a normal speedrun of an unmodified game won't be researching LTN stuff, for instance. I've left a bit of a gap here so we can get some spaghetti going. This is further down. I'm trying to space things out a little bit extra here. So this is actually as much build as I had originally planned for this. But 6 minutes of video. Let's think, what do I want to do next? Well, next on the list is actually a mall. We could get started with that. Yeah, why not? I'll just wing it from here for a bit. We need another iron line and more stuff. So let's get more iron going and see what we can build. I'm going to put the next iron line below. We should be able to run through here on our thing. I'm going to just leave the one line. Okay, so one of those. Let's go get our ore. Reason why I'm doing this below the zero line there is we're going to have to do this at some point. So I want to know what this ends up looking like. And we need to bring this all the way across to our next smelter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here and grab this much of the smelter. And I'm thinking this smelter I'm not going to have an overflow on. No. Let's put overflows on everything. Why not? I am tempted to not have an overflow. Okay, big rock is in the way. So here's where our second belt of iron is going to be produced. Also, normally, if I were doing a normal playthrough, I wouldn't be bringing this across quite as close to my path, but there we go. Okay, so let's bring this down. And actually, if I just do that, that'll bring it in automatically for me. Clever, huh? And now we can strike that across. And how unfortunate that I've got that diagonal wire like that. How do I keep that wire from getting established? Answer is, I don't. Factorio is quite adamant about it. This is all just paint by numbers, just as usual for this kind of a base. Okay, let's get this going. Now once we have this, apparently our next thing is we need to get some more gears and get those onto that onto a line with the green chips, and then we can start building a few more things for our mall. And apparently I didn't keep any iron on me. There's some more iron. So I ended up not making any more inserters, which is not good. Where did I leave off here? Right here at the top, I think. Yes. Okay, so there is our iron. It'll eventually catch up. Okay, so going to go ahead and just do this. I am not sure. Usually I have a little more planned before I start the recording. Been trying to plan this series so it isn't quite as much futzing around. Let's see. Well, this is obviously going to be my belts here, so the belts are going to have outputs off to the left, and I'm going to want to have pairs of red guys coming in, so their inputs are going to be like that. So we're really about like that, and we're going to need to bring the iron down to here. And then over on the right, yeah, there's our, so inserters on the right and belts on the left. That gets us the really what I consider to be the critical production. I mean, all this stuff is great and all. That's just to get science going and make it so that we can mine things. But here's where the rubber really meets the road. And then we're going to have inserters, right, to be assemblers down here. And how about pipes and third thing? Oh, what uses pipes? What uses pipes? steam engine. We could put steam engines down here. Okay, we'll do that. So this is going to be pipe to ground and pipe and steam engine, because that way the pipes can go both ways. And this is going to be our belt array and our inserter array and our assembler. And oh, and this guy's needed steel plate. Okay, I'll have to add on a steel plate smelter on the right there. Okay, makes sense. And I think all that comes all the way down. Yeah, we don't. Well, I think we need gears for this. Yeah, we need gears, so we'll need to have all the way down. So now the gear machines. Yeah, let's do 4 of them. Just like that. Gives it a little extra space. I always like to see extra gaps. Makes it easier to work with things. This guy. What I'm thinking is I can do that. There we go. Okay. Now these guys, just like that, and some extra inserters. I'm not sure whether those yellows are necessary yet. I don't know, maybe I remember putting them in. It might be that they aren't really necessary until you go to assembler 2s, but might as well put them in now. And if I'm going to do that, let's do it on the copper as well. There we go. So these guys, these all have kind of a common layout here. We've got outputs like that, and then we have oops, wrong way. This middle guy then goes out to the other 2 like that. And have I done? Yes, I have. I've done red wires. Let's get some red wires. Red wires will help me control my quantities. Now, initially, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Well, I may want to dump stuff in there. Let's go ahead and set that up then. So, middle guy, I'm going to say, if everything is less than 300 of whatever's, I'm going to send it out. And I'm going to conditionalize these guys to say if anything is greater than 100. Okay, so these will guarantee that they will leave about 100 behind, and this will allow us to fill it up to 300. I'll just use 300 as my standard for output quantities unless I override somewhere. Just like that. Okay, and now we need a similar output for this guy. I'm going to need to do a whole lot more on the right. Yeah, that's why I spread it out. Okay. So we're going to feed that direct. There's that. We'll have to have steel coming in somehow. Okay, we're done researching everything I asked for. I could start researching. Yeah, let's head down towards the the batteries and electronic circuits and all of that stuff. Advanced electronics and sulfur, chemical science, there we go, and batteries. There. What else is cool that I'm missing? Oh, let's get some more tool belt and better power. Again, most speedrunners won't bother with this, these higher size power things. I will need those later on. Okay. Now all these are capped at 300, so that's probably a little more than usual. And I am going to go crazy on these reds. Since I'm actually not sure how much of this they need. So now we start with the power. Actually, I should do the power first. So if I have one power in the middle, that can do one pair for the top and bottom. If I put it here, like that, that allows me to do that. There we go. One out here. Oops. Let's put that one up there. I'm going to, you know what? If I put that down there, I could make just like this. Have the same logic for these guys, but we're going to reduce this. I'm going to go up to 100, and I'm going to say anything bigger than 50, so that way I can dump my excess machines in here if I need to. And once we really get going, I will be mainly using assembler 2s. And how are we doing for time? Because I think... What else am I missing in the mall? These guys are all set. These guys are all set. This guy is missing... Okay, good look at the inserters before they go. I think we're all set here. I'm going to let this sit for a couple of minutes and get some of these things outputting, just to make absolutely sure. And in the process, we're also going to do some research. So while we're doing that, we need to do some shopping here. I need iron plate. I've got plenty of copper. There we go. So what else do I have here? Now, with these things coming online in the mall, I think it's fair to simply stop crafting them here. Now, I have not automated chutes. Those aren't part of a normal starter base. I will craft those as I need them. But with all of those things automated, I believe I can put this back to the 0400s. And actually, yeah. I don't need to carry anywhere near as much resources now. So what are we asking for? Some wood, and we're going to maybe keep some plate on us, and maybe keep some of these. Let's not worry about gears. We do need stone furnaces, and we're not automating those yet, so we still have to make them. We're not yet automating iron chests or chutes or electric poles, so we need to keep all those. So I think we're good. And I can just hit Shift C a few times and drop things in place. Anything I have left over, it couldn't find a place for. That's fine. So it was when I put in this second smelting line and I got this nice neat overflow area here that I have now reduced my requirements so that I no longer need to keep some of this stuff on me. I still want to monitor wood because we are still using our own build for power poles. Oh, that does mean that I need to continue carrying copper for that. Copper and iron for other things. Let's put the stone brick up there like that. Okay, that's fine. Is there anything here I want to retire? So this guy, there. Now eventually we're also going to want to be carrying some steel on us, so I'll have that there on the bar. I need steel to make assembling machines and lamps. How about we have Handy Hands make some lamps for us? What do lamps require? Why isn't it making them? Iron plate, copper cable, electronic circuits. We've got electronic circuits, we have copper, we have iron. There we go. So if in doubt, toggle Handy Hands back off and on again. So normally I would have been placing lamps all over the place. But what this means is that the next time it gets dark around me and I can't see, I can drop some lamps in on whatever I'm working on, and we'll just, lighten up whatever we need to lighten up. Let's take a look at our production rates. Over the last 10 minutes, let's see. Red and green science have been very stable. Look at that. 50, 52.5. What else are we making of interest? Electronic circuits are nice and stable. Gears, good and stable. Yeah, these are all. Let's just watch this for just a second. So the true ratio of red to green is 5 to 6 And I've got 9 to 10 here, so let's kill off one machine. We don't need that. So as far as our power goes, how are we doing here? So we maxed out at about 15 megawatts out of the 28.8 that we have placed so far. So we are still good on power. So I did build quite a lot early on. So I guess it's time to cut and go to the next video. So we've done the mall here too. I'm going to have to change the title. There we go. Is there anything else I want to do? I want to queue up on research here. Let's finish off heavy armor if I get there. Oh, time to save it up. And end of recording.